Alexander Isak's decision to pull out of Newcastle's pre-season tour of Asia and officially submit a transfer request wasn't just a move, it was a statement. A loud, clear signal that the relationship between the Swedish striker and the club had reached a breaking point. According to The Athletic, Isak has now formally asked to leave Newcastle, making it crystal clear that he's ready for a new chapter. Behind this bold step lies a string of unresolved tensions dating back to last season. As journalist Ben Jacobs reported, one of the underlying issues was Newcastle's failure to open contract extension talks with Isak last year, back when Paul Mitchell was still sporting director. Despite Isak's electric form and his consistent goal-scoring output in the Premier League, the club didn't make any concrete efforts to reward him with an improved deal. For a player of his caliber, that silence spoke volumes. But it wasn't just about money. Isak dreams of playing on the biggest stage, the UEFA Champions League. He wants to test himself at the very top. And while Newcastle did reach Europe's elite competition once, regular qualification is far from guaranteed. Liverpool, on the other hand, offer both the platform and the ambition. A financial powerhouse, rebuilding under Arne Slot, with one goal: return to the top of English and European football. From Newcastle's perspective, the stance has always been, Isak is not for sale. But that stance is now under pressure. Financial fair play regulations loom large, and a dip in sponsorship revenue hasn't helped. Privately, the club knows a big money sale could ease the books. The reported price tag? Between 120 to 150 million pounds. A steep fee, yes, but not beyond reach for a club like Liverpool if they're serious. And make no mistake, Liverpool are serious. In fact, the Reds had already made an inquiry about Isak well before they finalized the £79 million deal for Hugo Ekitike. Isak isn't a backup option. He's the main target. In fact, according to several trusted sources, Alexander Isak has communicated his strong preference for Liverpool. It's even believed that a preliminary agreement on personal terms has been reached between the striker and the club. For Isak, Anfield isn't just another destination, it's the ideal place to grow, to compete, and to chase the biggest trophies in world football. He sees Liverpool not only as a step forward, but as the stage where his ambition can finally meet its full potential. Despite signing Ekitike for a staggering £79 million, Liverpool remain determined to pursue Isak. They see a significant void in their squad after the sudden passing of Diogo Jota and the uncertain future of Darwin Núñez. Tactically, Isak is tailor-made for Arne Slot's philosophy. The Dutch manager favors a high-intensity pressing game with fluid front lines. He wants forwards who can interchange, drift wide, drop deep, and stretch defenses. Isak offers all that and more. He's not just a number 9, he's a false 9, a wide forward, a creative threat. And with Ekitike, he could form one of the most dynamic duos in the league. Last season, Isak scored 23 Premier League goals. Only global stars like Mohamed Salah managed more. He doesn't just pad stats against bottom-half sides, he delivers in the big games too. Case in point, his goal in the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool. That's the kind of player who thrives under pressure. Technically, Isak is a rare breed. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches, you might mistake him for an old-school target man. But once the ball hits his feet, the truth comes out. Silky touches, tight control, elegant movement in crowded areas. He's not just tall, he's talented. His off-ball intelligence is elite, always ghosting into space, always a step ahead of defenders. One-touch finishes, calm under pressure. He's a striker built for modern football. Compared to Liverpool's current attacking options, Isak offers clear advantages. Hugo Ekitike, though promising, is untested in the Premier League and will need time to adapt. Darwin Núñez, for all his physical gifts, still struggles with consistency in front of goal. Isak, he's proven, he's Premier League ready, and he's just entering his prime. While many Premier League clubs are tightening their belts under the weight of strict financial fair play regulations, Liverpool find themselves in a far more favorable position. The Reds officially closed their 2024-25 financial year in May, meaning that their summer spending won't impact the upcoming financial cycle as heavily. In simple terms, Liverpool can spend, and crucially, they don't have to sell first, as long as they stay within sustainable wage and cost limits. That said, to create the ideal tactical and financial room for a blockbuster move like Alexander Isak, the club is reportedly preparing to part ways with two attacking stars. Darwin Núñez, despite being given ample chances, has yet to deliver the consistency expected of him. He's currently valued at around 70 million euros. Luis Diaz, meanwhile, has emerged as a serious target for Bayern Munich, with the German giants readying a 75 million euro bid. If both deals go through, Liverpool could bring in over 140 million euros, freeing up salary space and a non-homegrown slot, laying the perfect groundwork to launch an all-out assault for Isak. At the same time, this would allow them to reinvest in a left winger to replace Diaz, further refining the squad to fit Arne Slot's vision. But if the Isak move doesn't materialize, Liverpool may have to pivot, and none of the alternatives offer the same all-around tactical fit. According to several reports, Newcastle are unlikely to let go of both Alexander Isak and Anthony Gordon in the same window. That means Liverpool will likely be forced to choose just one. In fact, Gordon came very close to joining Liverpool last summer. The deal collapsed at the last minute, not because the Reds pulled out, but due to internal complications on Newcastle's end. Should Diaz depart, Malik Fofana is also on Liverpool's radar. The young Belgian winger has impressed at Lyon with his blistering pace and sharp technique. But while Gordon and Fofana could potentially fill the left-wing void, neither solves the bigger issue. Liverpool need a high-level center forward. Alexander Isak, on the other hand, is the complete package, a two-in-one solution, both a clinical number 9 and a wide attacker who can drift, combine, and create space. The tactical value he brings is simply on another level. Slot would have the freedom to deploy various attacking systems, knowing Isak could adapt and elevate them all. And then there's Saudi Arabia, a growing shadow in every major transfer story. According to Ben Jacobs, Al Hilal are preparing a bid for Isak, even though no formal talks have taken place with Newcastle just yet. But here's the key. Isak has zero interest in moving to the Saudi Pro League. His dream is Champions League football. He wants to grow at the very top of the European game. Still, Al Hilal's involvement could complicate matters. Though both Al Hilal and Newcastle are connected to Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, they're not considered part of the same multi-club system, meaning there's no UEFA or FIFA restriction on transfers between them. Even if Isak turns them down, a sky-high bid from Al Hilal could artificially inflate his market value, forcing clubs like Liverpool to pay more. It's a classic move in this new era, where football's biggest battles are often fought in boardrooms, not just on the pitch. For Liverpool, this moment represents more than just a transfer. It's a turning point. Securing Alexander Isak right now would give the club one of Europe's most complete strikers and create a forward line that could rival any in world football. Isak, Ikitika, Salah, Wits, all under the direction of Arne Slot. Isak is in the form of his life. He wants to leave Newcastle. He wants to join Liverpool. He's perfect for Slot's system. A player like this doesn't come around often. And when they do, you don't hesitate. Because if Liverpool wait, they risk losing him, either to a rival or to a new sky-high contract from Newcastle, potentially worth £300,000 a week. That would lock him in as an untouchable pillar of their future. So the time to act is not next year. It's not after the January window. It's right now, because moments like this don't come twice.